everyone, it's Jen, and I wanted to talk a little bit about acid reflux, the signs and symptoms. This is not a topic that anybody probably would like to be talking about, because if you're talking about it, most likely you have dealt with it or are dealing with it. And if you are, you know that it's not fun. There are many signs and symptoms of acid reflux. Some of them can also be related to other things. And, you know, some of them, I don't know, just there's a wide range. There's a huge spectrum of acid reflux. Some babies have it horribly, some babies don't have it so bad. Apparently, I never heard this, but my doctor said that every baby is born with some degree of acid reflux. Reflux is basically just that the baby spits up. So, pretty much all babies spit up at some point or another, and it's just because their sphincter, or whatever it's called, isn't developed enough to keep the food down, and it just automatically comes up sometimes. So I had never, with all the research that I did, because, well, I'll get into that. Anyways, I had never heard that every baby had some degree of acid reflux, so that was really interesting to me. Now, I had done a bunch of research because I knew that Caroline had gas really bad. And some of her other symptoms, I didn't know if they were because of the gas, because, I mean, a lot of it was she was really fussy. She had, like I said, she had gas really bad. It was hard for her to get the gas out. I was constantly bicycling her legs, putting them in a circular motion to the right to get her to be able to relieve the gas. So when I was Googling these things, you know, I was looking at acid reflux, but she doesn't have all of the signs that acid reflux has. One that was really in my mind was, usually with acid reflux, they don't want to eat, and when they go to eat, they pull away and like arch their back. She did not do that. She wanted to eat as much as she could. When she was eating, she was not crying, ever. And so because of that, I was like, it's not acid reflux. She loves to eat. It's not, you know, she's not associating eating with hurting, so it can't be that. However, she had a lot of other things that, I mean, weren't really gas related. So I'm going to go over some of those with you, of what she had, and just know, like I said, that there is such a wide range of things that your child may have. They may have some of these, they may have all of these, they may have all of these plus more. They may have other things that aren't these things, so there is just a lot of symptoms that they can have with acid reflux. Here is her long list of things that she has. Frequent hiccups is something that I just, like every baby has hiccups, but she gets hiccups all the time. And so that was one. She is fussy most of the time when she is awake. Now, we do have her acid reflux under control, so I guess all of these things that I'm talking about she does not have right now. She is on Zantac, and I'll get into that later. Anyways, so she's fussy most of the time if she's awake. She did sleep well, which is another reason that I did not think she had reflux, was because once she fell asleep, she would sleep for 6 hours at night. And I was like, if she has reflux, she's not going to sleep that well. But she did. Okay, she cries in the car seat, which a lot of people would think, well, they're sitting up, so it should be more comfortable for them. But somehow, with the way that the car seat seats a baby, it's actually more uncomfortable if the baby has reflux. I don't know if it's just because of how they're, you know, bent and laying back. Whatever it is, it's common for babies that have reflux to cry in a car seat because it's more painful for them. She flails around a lot, which I'm assuming is the reflux. I didn't, like, the research that I did didn't say flailing, but arching is a sign. And so she wouldn't arch, but she would just freak out and like fling her arms. And I know that probably looked really weird since you couldn't really see my arms, just me having a seizure up top. But But yeah, she would flail, and she would stand really tall. Like, she would stretch her legs out and not bend them. And that was why I thought gas. But apparently that is also reflux. Let's see. She would, when she would fall asleep nursing, or after she nursed, I would, rock her or whatever, and she'd fall asleep in my arms. She would be sleeping, like sound asleep. I would go to put her down, and all of a sudden she'll just, so uncomfortable, moving from side to side, just cannot get comfortable. And it was because when I laid her down, that acid was coming up, and, it was burning her. So yeah, she just flailed, not really flailed, but just could not get comfortable, kept turning, like I said, from side to side, wiggling, just for maybe 20 minutes or so or more before she would finally fall asleep with me, like, rocking the bassinet and having a pacifier in her mouth. She wasn't really crying. She was just, you could tell it was very hard for her to get comfortable. Wet burps. Basically where they burp and it sounds like they spit up, so you grab a rag, but then there's nothing that comes out. That is a sign of reflux. Coughing. Now, there's probably different degrees of coughing with reflux. Hers is very shallow. It's just like, it's like she's coughing, but like, I don't know if you've ever had like a bad cold and you cough kind of shallow, and it's like you have to cough deeper to get the problem done or fix the problem, like whether it's phlegm, which is disgusting, or whatever. The shallow coughs don't do anything. And it's just, she would constantly have that shallow cough, like she just couldn't get out whatever was bothering her. And then she was constantly sounding congested, like not in her nose, but like basically in the back of her throat. She would just sound like she was breathing in snot or whatever. There was something in her airway. And then apnea, like sleep apnea, but there's apnea while you're awake. It's not only while you're sleeping. So basically it's where they stop breathing for 15 to 20 seconds. And with her, like sometimes it would seem like she would forget to breathe, and all of a sudden she would be like, like that. And sorry for my weird sounds, but I mean, I guess that will help you if your baby is doing it. But she would like, and you could tell she wasn't breathing, so I would like, pat her back or rub her or whatever, and then she would do that, basically gasping. Also, when she burped, she loses her breath. When she would spit up, she would lose her breath, to the point where she, she would say she would burp, and then she would just be like, and you're like rubbing her and patting her, and then all of a sudden she would just be like, like that. Like, she did that. She still does that sometimes, even with the medicine. But yeah, so, but yeah, burping, spitting up. Sometimes it was like she forgets to breathe. Nothing happens. She just, I think that's the main three things that make her lose her breath. Oh, hiccups sometimes do also. So, and then, oh, and sneezes I had written down. Also, oh, she's awake. Also make her lose her breath sometimes. Not every time, just some of the time. So those are the main ones with her. I know there's a long list, and like I said, there could be more that your baby deals with. But hopefully this helps, and if you are questioning whether your baby has acid reflux, if you're questioning it, most likely they do. Now, some doctors don't like to, I guess, diagnose with acid reflux. They'll say colic or whatever. I did not have that issue. As soon as I went in, they were like, that's reflux. This is what we're going to do. I have heard, though, some people have the issue of having to find another doctor, or, just keep telling the doctor that, no, something is wrong. This is not just colic. And so, I mean, if you feel like something more is wrong, just follow your gut and either find a new doctor, keep on them till they give you something. Like I said, she is on Zantac, and that helped immediately. Well, 20 minutes after she took it, when it kicked in. And it's still helping. I don't like the fact that she's on a prescription medication. We did try, my mom sent us something called Colic Calm, It's on Amazon. I don't know where else you can get it from, but anyways, it's a natural remedy. People swear by it. It has great reviews, so we tried it. We tried it yesterday for the entire day. It seemed to be working in the morning, but around 4:30 she started getting upset, and the dosage that you're allotted, I did that and nothing helped. And so by 8:30 she was still crying, and you could tell she was in pain. She was doing the wheezing or the sounding congested, whatever. And I felt horrible because I knew I had something that could help her. So trying this, natural medicine, I don't know if it has to be built up in your system. So anyways, I put her back on Zantac, but she was showing signs of a cold yesterday. She had a runny nose, but I think today, because it's gone, I think it's allergies. So I don't know. I want to try it again, but it's really hard to try it and have her in pain when I know the Zantac works. I would much rather her on a natural remedy. So if you do have acid reflux and you want to try that, it is, like I said, Colic Calm, and it's a bit pricey. It's around $19, I think, for 2 ounces. But like I said, the reviews, most of them are fantastic, and of course not everything works for every baby, so maybe it's not going to work for her. I know that it does work for her with hiccups and with gas, so even if it doesn't work for the acid reflux, it does help for that. But anyways, if you have any questions, please let me know. If you have similar experience, I would love to hear your story. If you have any suggestions on natural remedies for acid reflux, please let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Bye.